The lizard from the live-action Spider-Man movies and Spider-Man No Way Home was an interesting take on the character, shedding a lot of the hallmarks of its design for something that was a little bit more, I guess you could say, simple. Nevertheless, there's a lot of fans of that version of the character, and it's about to be reflected in a new action figure. It's been a little over a year, I think, since the last round of Spider-Man No Way Home action figures, and some of those were pretty good. A lot of them were, like the Green Goblin and Doc Ock were a few of the best action figures we've seen from Marvel Legends, well, ever, honestly. But there was very much one absence that was hard not to notice, and that was the Lizard. So, amidst all these other action figures, we were looking at them and saying, well, where's the Lizard in all this, dude? And, well, this action figure looks fantastic, and are we really surprised? Hasbro usually pulls out all the stops for anything that has Spider-Man on the label, and this should be no exception, especially considering that the No Way Home action figures to this point have generally been very, very good. That said, this action figure comes with some challenges, and honestly that's true of any action figure. But this one is an Amazon exclusive, and exclusives are kind of a mixed bag. Sometimes it's not so bad, other times it's a real hassle. But I am remembering a Dr. Octopus exclusive that was on Amazon a little while ago that people really wanted because, well, it was a comic book style Dr. Octopus. It was in a 2-pack with another action figure, and the pre-orders on that sold out immediately, so I can only imagine how this one is going to go. Like I said, anything with Spider-Man on the label, it's going to be tough because Spider-Man is literally the most popular superhero in the world besides Batman. I don't know why this one isn't a general release. I guess they just wanted to make it harder for all the MCU and No Way Home fans to complete their Spider-Man No Way Home collection. I mean, hey, they already collected Doc Ock and the Green Goblin and everybody else. You might as well throw a curveball at them. Give them a little bit of a challenge. We don't want to make it too easy on these collectors, right? Besides the obvious difficulty of navigating our way around nonsensical exclusives, there's the fact that this action figure's come out so long after No Way Home. Like, why have they waited so long to release this? Why wasn't this released alongside Doc Ock and the Green Goblin? And if they just didn't want it to be too much at one time, I guess that's a fair point, but God, those releases were like a year and a half ago. It's been so long, why are they waiting until now to release this? I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home was like 2 years ago, I think, at least. Has it been more than that? I can't remember now. It feels like it's been forever since that movie came out. And I was never the biggest fan of Spider-Man No Way Home, but hey, that's besides the point. Why are they releasing it now? I don't know. The release times for all these No Way Home action figures has been bizarre. I don't know why they weren't working on them from the get-go. I guess they just didn't want any leaks to get out, but, when you do that, boy, does it take a long time to make some action figures. Well, I guess you could say this is a case of better late than never. I just can't figure out why they've waited until now for this, especially since all the hype for the movie is gone. I mean, there's not going to be any hype 3 years after the fact. It's over. Great for the hardcore collectors, but all the casuals, I think, have moved on at this point. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see, guys. Whatever my feelings about all that, the quality of this action figure is undeniable. It's a really great piece of work. There's a lot of wonderful sculpting on this one. The proportions look very good. You can see that nice scaly texture that is just going to feel wonderful in our hands. The proportions on this one look really good, and it looks like a really well-made version of the character, I think, that'll stand nicely beside Doc Ock and the Green Goblin. In terms of accessories, it looks like it comes with an extra head. One of them looks like it's got the mouth open and it's screaming, and then the other one is a sterner, calmer looking face. Which one's scarier? I don't know. I guess we'll let Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man tell us all about it. If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you're enjoying this video about the Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel Legends Lizard action figure, please give this a like because these are tough to put together and I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. This is actually not the first version of this character to come out. There was another release about 12 years ago from Hasbro that was released in the Spider-Man line, and boy, that action figure looked kind of similar, obviously, but oh, the paint deco and the articulation were way off. I mean, it still had the ball-jointed hips, and well, I think a lot of us feel a certain way about that. I don't mind it, but a lot of people are going to look at that and go, ooh, I don't know about those. And, you know, in 2024, I guess they do look a little weird. But also, it had like these weird elongated joints and a very long neck. The whole package just didn't look quite right. You can tell that Hasbro's come a long way over the course of 12 years because their work back then, God, their standards were a little off compared to today. They're much better today, honestly. But, you know, that's 12 years of progress for you. This action figure, it's, I don't think anyone wants this old Lizard action figure aside from those hardcore collectors out there. I would much rather have this new one. This new one looks way better. Literally name anything about the older action figure and it's better with the new one. Articulation looks cleaner. Paint deco blends together more seamlessly. Proportions, they don't look all jacked up, so all in all, I'd say this Lizard is a W. If I had to pick a feature on this that I think was my absolute favorite about it, I'd have to say that I really like the recurved legs. This is a feature on some action figures that's difficult to capture because there are characters that have recurved legs, and sometimes, you know, they're tempted to flatten the feet in order to help it balance, but it looks like this character might be able to balance on his own. At least I'm hoping. Obviously, that is a little bit of a big ask because, you know, recurved legs being what they are, he doesn't have as much of a base, but I'm hoping that with just the right amount of posing as well as the tail to help counterbalance him, I mean, yeah, maybe we could get him standing upright. That'll look cool, I think. And, you know, if not, I mean, that's what bases are for at the end of the day. I've seen a lot of people say that this is a retooled version of the 2012 version of the action figure. It might be based on a little bit, but I think that there's a lot that's new about this one. And even if it is a retooled 2012 action figure, I mean, they've done it so well that it looks great now. Sometimes they mailed in for Spider-Man, but for the No Way Home action figures, it really feels like they've been trying a little harder. And I'm just letting you guys know that I like this one, and I hope you like it too. In conclusion, this Lizard looks like he comes bearing a strong sculpt with good articulation, and if you're a Spider-Man No Way Home fan or an MCU fan, and you need to have this one alongside Doc Ock, Green Goblin, etc., I think this one is right up your alley. If you like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and maybe that's your bag, I mean, obviously, you gotta have this one, right? Look at him. He's a cool action figure. It's a little bit weird that they're releasing him so late, like 2 or 3 years after Spider-Man No Way Home, but like I say, better late than never. I'm glad they finally did it. Well, Soulmates, what do you think about this Lizard action figure? Is this one that you like? Is this one that you need in your collection? Do you want this one or do you not want this one? I don't know, guys. Be sure you let me know what you think down in the comments because I would love to hear from you. And be sure to check out my other videos. I got a lot of thoughts about some newer products coming out, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you again next time. Bye-bye.